And now, live from Pod Cabinet in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guests. She's an actress and comedian and the only ancient Israelite to have seen both Moses on Mount Sinai and Taylor Swift at SoFi. It's Jackie Johnson. And she's a comedian who, before she's introduced, would like you to pause and say, what a pleasure. It's Lizzy Cooperman. Tone Zone is here to tell you how to discreetly check to make sure your girlfriend is not secretly eating delicious mealworm ice cream. And her husband Daniel saying hop on board the love bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison with her good times never end. Allison Rosen doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little poop like a champion cereals. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate, which apparently does exist. I've never encountered it, but if I did, I would be tempted to buy it because I wouldn't. Hey, who doesn't want to poop like a champion? Depending on how they define that. That was sent in on Patreon by Lisa Larry. Yes, I am on Patreon. Sign up. We've got bonus episodes called The Friend Zone, where I go behind the scenes, I dish, I gossip, I name names, and then I try to backpedal and walk it back, but also other stuff. And also I do Ask Me Anything. There's guests, level where you can text me and I'll text you back. I post photos, patreon.com/Allison Rosen. And if you go for an annual subscription, you'll get 2 months free. I would like to say hello to my guests. Jackie Johnson, hi.
Grape nuts.
Does those make you poop like a champion?
I think so.
I can't do grape nuts.
They're nasty.
I can't. But recently this came up on the show, and then a listener let me know via the texting that I just mentioned that he does like grape nuts, and I said, you have to call in and defend them.
I used to eat them before I didn't eat dairy anymore in yogurt.
Okay, that's like what they're known for, but
it was lovely.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I just can't.
They're very hard.
They're gravelly. Hi, yeah. Lizzy Cooperman.
Hello.
Welcome back.
It's a thrill to be here. I was just remembering an article I read that said that Oprah likes a crunch. And that at all times she carries around like 10 almonds or something like
that. Is there a celebrity in Hollywood who doesn't have a few nuts in her bag? Because that seems to be...
You know, I always say almonds are a skinny girl snack.
Yes.
Those good omegas, those healthy fats.
I have never reached for 10 almonds when I'm hungry. Like never, ever.
Do you know what I ate with my bare hands as I was driving over here?
What I guess.
Oh, you know what? I'm not a vegetarian. I'm so sorry.
Beef jerky.
But pescatarian.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you ate salmon jerky.
So I was thinking about the mindful eating resolution. My New Year's resolution was mindful eating. So, but I ate Pacific salmon.
Huh.
Like lox.
Oh,
was it good?
You ate lox in your car while driving with your fingers?
That's what I
That is painting such an olfactory situation.
It's really healthy.
I had a sparkling water and lox because it comes in like a Trader Joe's an individual package.
Yeah. Oh, just
Pacific
like one
smoked
serving.
Salmon, yeah, and I just kind of like picked at it.
That sounds so good, but didn't it leave like a lot of smoky oil on your fingers?
I used hand sanitizer after.
Okay,
I guess. Yeah,
I enjoy lox.
You know what I did? I actually, when I rang your doorbell, I smeared the lox.
Thank
oil.
you. Oh, good. Now bears.
Now we can all enjoy it.
Lovely.
You paid it forward.
Yeah.
Hi, Daniel.
Oh, hi.
How's everything going? Yeah.
It's going great.
Great. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Could we hear the Daniel's hot take drop, which you warned me was thrown together?
Yeah.
But when
I was on tour. Wait,
hang
do
on.
I even have it in the
hang on. Daniel, say something that's like a hot take.
Well, hang on. I'm gonna need a second.
Okay.
Oh, I have to have a hot take.
Oh wait. Okay. Yeah.
Let me know when you have a hot take.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Grapes are not good all year round. That was Daniel's hot take.
What is going on there?
Aliens.
Did you add reverb?
Yeah,
Or
some reverb and some just you wanted it layered, and then so I was putting some.
Let's hear it
other
again.
effects on
Daniel,
it. I said it's not
good. What about
good.
Daniel's hot take on cold fruit?
Oh, that's Daniel's hot take on cold fruit. Can you sing that?
No.
Jackie, can you sing that was Daniel's hot
singers.
take on cold fruit?
Is there a melody in mind, or
You can really do whatever you want. It's so free.
That was Daniel's hot take on cold fruit.
Oh, see, that was so much better.
That was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, do that again. I talked over it.
Oh, yeah. You know what I want to hear if we're doing requests? I want to hear the thing I said about my butthole. And then somebody found a butt in Van Nuys.
That's not even the right one.
Which one?
What is that?
I don't even remember. But yeah, no, I've had this one and I never
Been
really
on
get
this
to
show
play it,
too many
so,
times. I've had a dark butthole my whole life and I didn't even know.
Is that the one you were thinking of? Because we also have the anus ride one.
Oh, and then we have, what is it, like,
I don't have any issues with an anus ride.
I have like farts, shit, poop, diarrhea, farts, butts. Yeah.
And then don't we have a Lizzie one about stew? Why she can't eat stew?
Tits in my stew. Tits in my stew.
You talked. Oh no, maybe you were talking about needing to wear a bra.
Oh, how I can't eat without a bra. Yeah.
Oh, because you'll get tits
oh
in
my
your
God.
stew.
I just feel like a wolf. I
Can we hear
feel
it again?
so exposed. Tits in my stew.
That sounds like it has reverb on it too, but it doesn't,
No,
right?
it doesn't.
That, you need to be on a cartoon. That just gave me like a feeling of like, this is a character. I feel like it feels like a character in a cartoon.
like Gargamoil.
God. Gargamel.
Gargamel,
which
not
Gargamoil.
Which I
That's the
wasn't
Jewish.
allowed to
Job.
watch when I was little. Did we talk
Wait,
about
what-
that?
what'd
We
you
talked
say?
about this, right? How the Smurfs, my mom thought it was anti-Semitic.
Oh, yeah.
We
talked
did
about
talk about that.
that.
Yeah. Gargamel.
I feel like
Gargamoil.
That's not going to
I feel
help.
like the Smurfs might be
circumcises the
a bit
babies.
anti-Semitic. It started out as a German children's cartoon, right?
They're very
I didn't know
blonde.
that. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we don't have Jackie for that long. So for the remaining 9 minutes, at least part of the 9 minutes, I need to be caught up. Okay, Jackie was on the show. You were on the show, Lizzie, and you had you wanted tickets to Taylor Swift.
Right.
You were hoping for a miracle.
And then I changed my mind.
Then you announced, I can't remember the order, but you announced you didn't want
Yeah,
to
I changed my
because going to a concert is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, you're posting from there,
Yeah.
from the show. And I was like, what's going on? I need the story.
It's a story.
Please.
Did you get the tickets because you had decided you didn't want to, and now it came to
Listen,
you?
I wanted to go, and then I said, you know what? I don't need to go. I just watched some clips on YouTube, and I said, I don't need this. Then I was offered a ticket in the nosebleeds with Kate Spencer. Friend of the pod, I would imagine?
from Forever 35.
Yes. And I said, okay, great. Now I have a ticket. I can say I went. I started making the bracelets. Then
Immediately to the bracelet workshop.
my husband emailed Tree Payne, Taylor's publicist, because they knew each other from back when Ben worked in music.
How is Tree Payne not a member of Green Day?
You know, that's a question for her.
How is she not a personality? I mean, she is, but just what kind of name is that? Okay.
It's a real name.
I mean, I believe it.
Tree. Tree. Anyway, Ben said, my wife tried to get tickets. She couldn't get them. Is there maybe like a section where y'all have, and she wrote back, there's 2 tickets under her name on Saturday.
Wait, sorry. I was making my dumb joke. How does Ben know her?
They met through, Ben used to work, I think it was when he worked at Funny or Die. That was literally his job, was head of talent. And
Oh.
all he did was beg publicists to let their celebrities do Funny or Die videos for free. That was literally his job.
Got it.
So she met Tree through that. He just emailed her out of the blue, and she goes, yeah, there's 2 tickets for Saturday. So
Amazing.
then he's like, okay, you have tickets. We didn't know where they were. We didn't know anything. So I told Kate, sorry, I can't take your ticket anymore, but you can have my free parking as a consolation for letting me have it. She found somebody else easily to go. I asked Caroline Moss to go with me. We get there. We roll up. They give us floor seats, 13th row, Taylor's number. Amazing seats. And I got to go for free to the hardest concert to get into in the world.
Amazing.
Because my second husband is amazing. And it was so fun, and I'm so glad I went. And on the way here, Cruel Summer came on, and I literally remember the visceral response of my blood cells when that bridge hits, when I'm in that stadium of 80,000 people screaming the lyrics. And I was like, I'm so glad I fucking went to that concert.
There's never a bad time to rock and roll, man.
It's true, Betsy.
So it really was all that.
Yeah. It was,
Amazing.
listen.
Would it have been all that if you had been in the nosebleeds?
No. Also, I left before she even started Midnights because I wanted to get home in a reasonable hour. which is the last set. I did see the IMAX movie. I got to watch it on the IMAX screen. I feel satisfied
I'm not
with that.
fluent in Swiftian, so Leaving Before Midnight's is like leaving
The last
with
era. It's like she ends the concert with
much of the show. Did
Her
you miss?
most recent era.
I don't know. She probably just has like 8 songs.
Oh
for
my
Midnights.
gosh! Okay.
But I wanted to get out of there before. I didn't want to
Holy
be home at
shit.
4 a.m. I had to get up and take care of a child.
Right.
Wait a minute. How many songs is she doing?
Like
the whole night?
1,000. She sings for 3.5 hours.
It's a Bruce Springsteen
That is-
affair.
Yeah, that
It
is
was
wild.
a lot.
That is a
I
lot.
am a Swiftie. I love Taylor, but there's certain part like I'm not a big fan of folklore. The kind of that I left and got merch during that entire section. So this is the kind of person. I'm happy I went,
Yeah.
but like it was long.
And what is the significance of 13?
It's just her number she likes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's what seat you were in?
I was just in the 13th row.
Oh, she's like, where's the girl who was in 13?
But they
looking
did
for you
film.
desperately.
They did film the special the night I was there, and during the
you.
movie, every time they would show like the crowd, I go, "Ben, that's me. I'm in it. I'm in it."
Wait,
I want to see the movie.
may I ask, the
Watch it.
song Cruel Summer, is that
Yeah.
a nod to the Bananarama
No.
song at all? So there's no relationship,
Well-
but same title.
I would say no, it is because of the term "cruel summer." I don't think existed before that song.
Right. Does
So,
she
yes.
ever mention that or
I don't know.
give
Justice for Bananarama.
Seriously, a little. I
It's
feel
before her
it
time.
makes me bristle a little.
Unless the term "cruel summer" existed before the song, I wonder the same thing about "Smooth Operator" by Sade. Did Sade come up with the term "smooth operator,"
I
or did it exist
right.
before?
What about Taylor's song "Hound Dog"? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Does
Her
she?
blue suede shoes.
About it, Elvis.
But blue suede shoes are a thing, you know? So.
Right.
Wait, what's the album after Folklore?
I don't know.
Something else that sounds like folklore, the name does.
Okay. But those were the two that she released during COVID, right?
Yeah. And again, that's not really my thing.
That's not your thing.
I thought you were going to ask me about Tobey Maguire.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
What?
I would like to. Remind me why, though?
What would I ask?
I said on my Instagram 2023 recap, I said in the caption, the only really significant thing that happened to me this year was I was at a party and Tobey Maguire said that I made him feel things he hasn't felt in a
Oh, yeah,
very long
please tell
time.
me that.
No,
Do
we
we have
do want to
time?
hear
And then
that,
you
yeah.
said I wanted to know that story, and I
And
said
then
I
you
would
forgot.
tell you on your podcast, even
All
though
right.
I only told my Patreon the story.
Please.
So quickly,
Mm-hmm.
I was at this insane party. My second husband is in a cover band with Darren Criss. It's this random cover band they play like once a year for
Jumper
fun with their
Wall,
friends.
right?
Yes. And they got asked to perform at a friend's party. I won't say who. He's a very famous Oscar-winning person. So they
Anthony Hopkins.
I'm not going to comment. It was in Malibu. It was in their yard. It was like, hey, come do my backyard party. This party was insane. There's so many superheroes there. There were so many like pop culture icons walking around. Like it was this whole thing. They let me sing Killing in the Name, which I used to do with my old pop punk band, cover band. And I got up there and I fucking tore the place down. I have video of the woman who directed Nomadland, Chloe
Oh, yeah.
Zhao. Her husband, I didn't know who this was. This person ran. He was screaming in my face, jumping up and down. We finished the song and he comes up to me and he goes, "Who are you?" He goes, "Who are you?" And I didn't know that's who that was. It was her husband. This is all Oscar winner. It's the whole thing. So then
Well, how did you answer?
I was like, I'm this like failed podcaster. I don't know. I just like said hi or whatever.
Oh my god.
So then
Flag that.
I'm standing at the line to get a drink, and Tobey Maguire turns around, and he puts his hand over his heart, and he closes his eyes, and he goes, "Wow." He goes, "That made me feel something." He goes, "I haven't felt that in a long time." He was like,
Wow.
"That took me back to my youth."
That's so
He goes, "The feeling I had, that took me back." And he like wouldn't shut up.
Were you
and-
like, okay, enough, wrap it up?
And I was like, "Oh my God, are you like in love with me?" I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. No, it was really actually really nice. But he was just very complimentary, and it
That's
was
so nice.
Yeah, what is he?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Basically, I was saying, Ben, I'm sorry. I might need a third husband now.
Do you have a music album?
No.
I think you should make this a
My goal of
bold
2023.
2024. It's the year of the wood dragon. There's no better time.
Oh, is it a dragon year?
It's a dragon, but
But
it's
of wood.
made of wood.
I'm a rat.
You're a rat?
Yeah.
I'm a rabbit.
I'm year of the rat.
I'm an ox.
Ooh.
Tony.
I'm a snake.
I have no clue.
Oh, lame.
I love to hear,
An original?
yes.
I got to write something, I guess. Goals.
I mean, yeah.
Tony's got to play
draw
drums.
from your show. Oh,
Did
yeah.
you know
Okay.
that you were going to be doing that song? Had you practiced? Or
No, we didn't practice at all, but I've done it a gajillion times. And I did it the first jumper wall show I went to and right before lockdown. I
have you
did it.
posted any of these videos?
No, because it was a private celebrity party.
got
It was a
it.
secret thing I did. I do cool shit and I don't need
It was
validation.
you were doing corporate.
I don't need validation from people in the likes and the comments. Sometimes I do things for myself. Like I said, I've pulled back from public life. I don't like posting my face. I don't like talking to the camera. I've really pulled back. Everything's on Patreon now. So if you want the full story, go on my Patreon.
And like-
I tell the
and
whole
like-
story and I name names. That's all I'll say.
Didn't you start to play something?
Yeah, and it was an accident because I was trying to just do
Patreon.
that, but instead
I thought
I
you were
don't have
gonna.
any issues with an anus ride.
is what
I
happened.
thought you were gonna play another one
Are
of my
you
weird
scared?
butthole quotes.
Do you get nervous about people on your Patreon leaking this? Or are you
Yeah,
just like, you know
well,
what?
yes, because I recently did a blind item that everyone started speculating who it was, and I started thinking, oh my God, they're going to message somebody that it isn't, and they're going to say,
Yeah.
Jackie's talking shit about you on Patreon, and then I was like, oh God, but that's the risk I take. I don't say anything that would like really, you know what I mean? I'm pretty careful, question mark?
I had a leak. Were you guys here when that? I forget who I told when that happened. But the person who leaked it was like, "I'm so sorry," and she was like, "I'll leave your Patreon if you want." I'm like, "No, like please don't." Like
But what did she
You're like,
posted
you
it publicly
paid
or
no,
something?
no, she didn't post it. I had said something about another podcaster, and she is like friends with someone that knows a podcaster, and she said it it was not in a malicious way at all. It was just like, Allison shared this or something. Like I don't
Yeah.
exactly know. I understand how it could happen. That's the thing, is that this world is small.
No, you can listen. That's the risk you take.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I don't have a NDA with the people on my Patreon.
We should get those.
So if they want to be shitty, go ahead. I'm the one who gave the information. You know, it is what it is. But you kind of just take that risk.
Yeah.
But if at the end of the day somebody goes on, I don't know, YouTube or whatever, nobody cares what I'm up to. But if they were like, Jackie Johnson was at a celebrity party and she saw this person and this person, I don't think that would.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
All right.
They're
Well,
not going
listen.
to invite me back.
I
made Toby feel something. Nobody can take that from me.
Yes.
You have to go.
Yeah, I have to go take
I
care of
don't
my
want
son.
you to go, but I know you have to.
I have to take care of my son.
So let's take a quick break.
Okay.
So that you can tell me whose party it was.
Okay.
Not on air.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay. So, what's going on, guys? What is new, everyone? How is it
I
going?
mean,
I'm doing Duolingo.
really?
Mhm.
Are they harassing you yet?
Like
How do you mean?
I used to get cartoons that were like, "You haven't studied
Oh,
Italian
yeah.
today." And
No.
I'm like, I've got a lot on my plate.
No,
They're
it's
harassing me, and I haven't
can't.
opened it in like a year and a half.
no, because I'm on it. It's a whole different kind of stress because I'm like I've decided I'm going to learn Japanese, and so it's like I'm all in it,
Oh.
you know. And I've been really, but there's this competitive aspect to it that I was not prepared for, which was that you get put in these like little every week a little like group of people,
Yeah.
and then your experience points, you know, and then at the end of the week you can win. And I found that I'm really a competitive person. I don't think of myself that way, but I am. And there's this point in the weekend, because it ends like Sunday night, where I become like really preoccupied with like, because I'm in the top 3, and it's like, and then there was this woman or girl, Astrid. Who knows where Astrid lived? And Astrid, I had captured the first place, but then Astrid started to gain, and then I had childcare shit I had to do,
So he didn't.
and I didn't win first
Wow.
place.
And
it
she's
was
a
like,
plant from Tokyo.
well, she's probably
She's just like
you
already
know what?
fluent.
Well, no, because you're competing against people who are learning easy ass languages like Italian.
Okay.
Oh, it's not
easy.
specific for the language.
No,
you're
it's
doing?
not.
No.
I mean, Japanese.
Now,
Come on.
I have a question for
Yes.
you. Pizza ga ski desu ka?
Pizza gas.
Toki Doki.
It's pizza. Something about pizza.
Ga ski
Yeah.
desu ga?
Do I eat pizza?
Do you like it?
Do I like pizza?
I studied Japanese actually
You did.
in high school.
they offered Japanese at your high school?
My senior year, and I'd
Wow.
been taking French the whole time, and they said, we're offering this. And I thought, I'm going to change lanes here.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I
It's
wrote
a fun language to learn.
a techno song for extra credit, and that's one of the lines in it.
What else? What are the other lines?
It goes, Ichiban wa nan desu ka? Ichiban wa nan desu ka? Ichiban wa nan desu ka? Ohayo gozaimasu. Tegami o kokimasu. Tegami o kokimasu. Tegami o kokimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Iie chigaimasu. Iie chigaimasu. Pizza ga suki desu ka?
Do you know what this means?
I caught some of the words. I don't have, the vocabulary comes slow. So it's like I learned.
What comes fast then? Or do you just mean learning the
individual
language
words.
comes?
I've been taking it for 3 fucking weeks. Like,
No,
give me a break.
But
Like,
you
I
said,
know.
you said the vocabulary comes slow,
Well, like,
suggesting something
like,
else doesn't
I
go
like
slow.
is not a word I know yet.
Okay.
So, but I knew the first part, and I knew that I knew the sentence structure. I knew she was asking a question because it ends with deska.
Yeah,
And-
Ichiban wa nan. What is the answer to number one? Ichiban.
Ichiban, yeah, Ichi
Ichiban
is
is
one.
number one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's one.
Ichiban wa nan desu ka?
What's one on deska again?
I believe it means, well, the
Wanan-
second part is what is the answer. So wanandes is
Well-
what is, I believe. Like,
Yeah.
what is number one?
And then what's the answer? Pizza?
Pizza, exactly. Tegami o kokimasu means I write a letter. It might be I
very
pleasure
surreal.
myself a letter. Someone once was like, one is
Well, some of the
kokimasu and one
words,
is kokimasu.
some of the words do have multiple meanings, and it's all context. A lot of Japan, probably our language too, but a lot of it is contextual. Like they don't have pronouns the way we do, and so it's all you just kind of know who the person's referring to.
So you're learning the characters as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tricky.
the you character.
Wait, you speak Japanese
No.
too?
But I had a very brief moment years ago that I Rosetta Stone. I was like, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
And it didn't last very long for me.
It's
But because I love Japan.
Rosetta
and-
Stone sounds like the name of such an elite country club.
yes. Wait, what are you saying about the you
Right.
character?
So the you character, it looks like the way my teacher described it, an ear with a single strand of hair, and he goes like Yul Brynner's ear.
Oh, did he have a single strand of
And
hair?
I thought,
though?
no one in our high school class knows who Yul Brynner is. What are you?
you, I guess so. It's like a line and then a little squiggle, like
yeah,
this.
like a thing over it. Yeah,
It's fun to learn.
You should say like Larry David's ear.
right. That
the,
would be
the Japanese like alphabet is so many fucking characters because they actually have like 3 totally separate alphabets.
right.
They have the katakana, the hiragana, and the kanji.
Yeah.
And so the katakana and hiragana are sort of similar, in that they're the same sounds. There's just like 2 versions. So it's as though you have it's almost like capital letters and lowercase letters in a way. Like you can learn the 2 versions of each sound. But then kanji is like
Right.
it's like Chinese. It's like there are
Symbols.
symbols, and then they'll mix them together. They'll mix all 3 of them together in a sentence. So you'll see a sentence, and it's like you could learn one,
Right.
but still be mystified
That's
because
interesting.
they'll
It's like a zip file of language almost. Like
totally-
it just goes condenses it. Like it'll be like house is a letter.
right, and so you could know house. You could write house in hiragana, but you won't recognize it because they're using a kanji symbol for it. That
Right.
it's oh my god,
I know.
it is wild.
Are you learning it for anything in particular? Or you just decided you wanted to?
Personal edification.
Yeah,
For his secret family.
I
He
feel,
does. He has a secret family in Japan, and he's never able to communicate
How-
with them. They have
Yeah,
to. They
that's
have
tough.
to speak in English to him. So
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm going to go on business trips soon.
Have you been to Japan?
Yes, I have. When I
Right.
was like 13, I was way too young. I when I was 13, I stayed.
did you
with-
wear a
and I-
robe?
What's that?
The genesis of No Robe Tony.
Oh, yes.
He
Well, I know
only wears
Tony's-
a robe when he goes to Japan.
Robes.
I loved Japan, so I was
Yeah,
like,
it's the best.
it's such a great country, and
I've
so
never
I would love to
No,
go
me
back.
neither.
I'd love
It's
to
so
go.
and
cool.
you
Yeah.
could perform a techno song.
Right, that's what I could prefer. Because I was thinking, I wonder if I could do stand up there, but
I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't speak a lot of
Yeah.
English in Japan.
Yeah,
They don't.
right. Yeah,
They're
I
a lot
could
like
perform
us.
My song.
Japan is a lot like how you go to Europe and people go, well, they speak a lot of English, so you can kind of get by. Japan's like we are, where they're like, you should learn our language.
I find
Like,
a lot of them though they'll at least They try to help though, and they'll know some words here and there.
They're super friendly, but it's
Because that always amazed me. Like I remember like being on the subway and we were confused about which train we needed to get on and where we had to go, and like suddenly just someone came up to us and they were just like, "Are you lost? Do you need help?" And like every time stuff like that would happen, a person would magically appear and at least kind of speak some English to try and help us.
Yeah.
Lizzie, I realized I had 2 messages to give to you. I kind of gave you one already, but and these came in on Patreon. Lisa Lowry said hi and thank you for the tarot reading.
What a love.
And then Janice Flax wanted me to tell you that she saw you at the Crow a bunch of months ago and you are the best thing on the menu. Was that tasting menu that you did?
That's so lovely. No, that's a different show that I must have done at the Crow.
What's the Crow?
It's a new comedy theater on the west side. Is it the Abbott Kinney area? I don't know. I'm not great
Like
with
in
my
Venice?
Santa Monica. It's in Santa Monica.
Oh.
I think. No, I exited west, and I did take a wagon there.
You're still there,
but
aren't you?
it's a great new venue. That's so lovely. Thank you, Janice and Lisa.
Let's do.
What's the fun facts?
Went to type a note, but the soundboard was right there.
I enjoyed it. Let's do iTunes comments of the week.
Allison wants your iTunes comments. Allison wants them, yes she does. Please leave her some iTunes comments and don't forget to click 5 stars.
All right. Now, this first one, look, when I read the reviews on my phone, it cuts off part of the title. So it says, it's like eating a cotton canned ... So is it like eating a cotton candy grape? I don't know. But I listen.
Yeah, probably.
I listen to every episode of this podcast. It's my comfort zone and helps me relax listening to Allison's musings. Please subscribe and leave a review, everyone. And that is from DJ Machine Art. Thank you. Yeah, subscribe and leave a review, everyone. But it's not all so positive. Daniel.
Oh, yay.
Oops.
Oh,
yay.
the comments. I was like, what are we about to talk about?
No, we get to read the negative one.
You're like, but today we are talking about war.
Okay. Awful by Wild and Funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Not interesting at all.
Well, to each their own. Look, I know we look for a little.
Come on.
We look for a little more. We look for a little more in a negative review.
Not interesting at all applies to your comment.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
At least give me
Dazzle
something-
us.
Yeah, at least be interesting with your negative review, for God's sake.
Yeah, like
Pick up a thesaurus.
Yeah.
right.
Awful? Come on.
Jenna Kim Jones' mom years ago, Jenna is one of 6 children, and her mom was like, you guys need to make your text messages to me interesting. Which is like quite a tall order from a mom.
I
Usually
love that.
moms are just like, I just want to hear from you. But she had some notes on the content.
Like, bring it. Like, don't just take me for granted just because
Right.
I'm your mom. Like, you know, put some effort into it.
If Janae were weighing in on this, she would say, haters, do better.
Do better.
Do better. And I agree with that. Let's say hello and welcome to the new patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
All right. Hello and welcome. Beth J, Natalie McClure, Joey Ben. Oh, no. As I wrote, Ben.
Chunty.
Do you know this person?
No. I'm
It's
guessing.
like Ben Chetrit.
Ooh.
Ben Chetrit? As I wrote it down, I was like, my writing is messy.
Thanks
I
to
will
former
remember.
Patreon.
Joey B, Nathan V, Adam Butler, Kathy West, Janice Flax, Claire, Colette, and Zachary Humphreys. Welcome, guys. As you may have heard me say on a show, this is my sad tale. Have you noticed that as the queen of segues, I've become rusty because there's not a lot of ads right now. It's very thin. I feel that podcast advertising has either forsaken me or has forsaken all of us. I don't know. It's going to turn around. It's got to turn around.
I heard that MeUndies, toothbrushes, and stamps all went out of business. So it's not you.
I need that. I need that to be true. But anyway, yeah. So listen, this show has truly become a labor of love. By that I mean it's not making money. But there is a way that you can directly support the show, and that is via Patreon. Patreon.com/Alice and now perhaps you're sitting there thinking, hey bitch, I don't have any money either. That's fine. I get it. In that case, leave a review, tell a friend. Spread the word.
Yeah, if you know somebody who would like it, tell them about it.
Only sign up if it makes sense for you is what I'm trying to say. But also my Substack, AllisonRosen.substack.com.
But also, if Taylor Swift is listening, give us some money.
Do you think she's just giving? Is she doing podcast grants?
She's got to have things she listens
Does
to.
she go on podcasts?
I don't think so. But if she does, I would love to have her on.
T Swift, come on the show.
13.
Is that what they call her?
T Swift, yeah.
They do?
Someone named Tony Swift shows up.
We'll take it.
Should I email Tree Payne? I'm sorry, Tree Payne is such a character name.
If anyone knows anyone with T Swift, they're welcome on the show.
Yes, we'll take any.
That.
But what if we do get like a Tony Swift? Who is that?
Fine. I don't know. But we'll take
you think we'll just promote it
Probably
like it's Taylor?
a soprano, like a Sopranos type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you've
Probably.
been watching The Sopranos.
I'm dipping into it.
Oh, you
now.
are? For the first time?
I never saw it. Yeah.
I watched it late as well. Daniel and I watched it a few years
we
ago.
watched it. Didn't we watch it during the? I had you
Lockdown.
watch it during the pandemic, right?
I think so. Yeah. How far into it are
Wow.
you?
Okay, I'm on season 3.
Yes.
I recently met the guy with the red hair who kind of looks like a marionette, Ralphie. This
Ralphie.
terrifying Ralphie. I feel that, and I'm sorry if I'm
Joey
spoiling this
Pantoliano.
for anyone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that Richie kind of got replaced with Ralphie.
Yeah.
Like they needed someone who was like, I'm not going to listen to the boss.
Which one was Richie?
Richie
April.
The
Yeah.
guy- oh,
Have you
he
watched
was
it, Tony?
Yeah, it's been a
different-
long time though.
It goes in a different direction, but yes.
Really?
I'm
So I'm headed
forgetting
into
which
a
guy
new-
Richie is. I mean, I
Rich
remember the name Richie
April was
April.
the one. He was the one who he was like fresh out of prison and wanted the respect of Tony, but Tony kind of never.
Isn't that all of them? I
No.
sort of know who you mean.
I'm also listening to the podcast Talking Sopranos.
Oh, who hosts that?
It's Michael Imperioli and
Oh.
Steve Sharippa,
Right.
and they have a very interesting chemistry.
Like, what does that mean?
Tell me.
Look, Steve. First of all, vocally, they're could not be more different. Michael Imperioli is a little more, seems so lovely
Yes.
and kind of more of like an actor in some way. But I think that's like Steve Sharippa, I think didn't act as much before coming out of Sopranos, but they just have a lot of, differing points of view and stuff like that I find interesting. And they just interviewed Tracy, who's was the dancer on a very traumatic episode.
Yeah.
Am I spoiling it by talking about Sopranos?
This show's like 45 years old.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine.
The
Wait,
stripper.
which dancer?
You're talking about the stripper.
the dancer who is
Oh.
Ralphie beats her up.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
a guest on it, and I thought it was interesting. She's now a trauma coach.
Because of her experience
or
on
she
that
does
show.
like trauma-based yoga or something. Yeah.
But who was it who had the who she was like a daughter to? Was it?
That's the girl. So
but who
Tony
was
had a
it?
relationship.
Jamie Lynn Sigler.
No. I mean, like the dancer.
character.
Yeah, she had like someone had a close relationship with her. Tony did.
She was
I
like.
haven't seen that one yet, have I?
Well, if you've seen the episodes with her, then
The
you've
dark
seen
episode,
then you've seen the episodes where she's like baking. She like baked
Oh,
bread for
yeah.
him, and he has this like he kind of sees her as a. He doesn't treat her like a daughter, but there is this sense of her as being more of a daughter,
right.
and so
Like an innocent. So he
like
gets very
an-
upset when, right?
he gets real upset when that happens,
Yeah.
and he.
I also think the class stuff is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like with their neighbors and stuff. Like they live in this giant kind of McMansion in New Jersey, but then the neighbors are like, and did you see the Murano glass? Or whatever. Like kind of making fun of her decor a little bit.
Right.
Her back.
I think it's definitely class. It's also playing on the racism of the WASP versus the Italian immigrants, which my family's Italian. They're Italian immigrants, and the pressure to fit in on the East Coast and kind of de-Italianize
That's
themselves.
because all through the show they go, because your name ends with a vowel. Your last name ends with a vowel, but yours doesn't.
No, because
It's
it's
a
on my
German
mom's
name.
side.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's I think that there's a commentary on that as well.
Is
I
that
don't know what- yeah.
is that a sign of an Italian name? It ends on a vowel. I guess so.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I need to stop watching TV shows like it's my job.
Or make it your job.
Or make it my job.
How about a
One or the other.
podcast talking about?
I will
Talking
hunker
Sopranos.
down and just my TV is not hooked up. I just have a TV like sitting on the ground.
We just canceled.
So wait, how are you watching TV like
I'm
it's your
watching
job
it
then?
on my laptop.
Oh, that is very au courant. I mean,
what
Is
was
that? Isn't that a dessert?
au courant, like, COURANT is the second word, and then AU space comes before it, and I guess it would mean with the times.
Oh, current. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes.
I know you speak French. I said
And
it.
I was communicating with someone over Instagram who was saying you kind of lose the timeline when you watch it all. Kind of sit down and kind of binge something.
Oh, see, interesting.
interesting.
I feel the other way sometimes. That if a week passes, if 7 days pass between, I don't remember where I was.
Right.
I'm the opposite kind of, because I feel like when I binge stuff, like I'll remember it as I'm watching it, but like it's like the second I'm done with it, it's out of my brain.
That's how I am with people's names now.
yeah.
But I also don't hear
Yeah,
kind of.
same. I'm
Well,
like that
Why
with
you called
books,
me
too.
Leslie? You
The second
greeted
I'm
me
done
as
with a book.
Leslie today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what's your name?
Leslie Copperfield.
So you need to take a break, is what you're saying.
I think I need to take a television break or diversify in some way. But I just feel like TV was never even that big a part of my life until
Maybe you're
Yeah.
making up for lost time.
streaming platforms. Yes. And also as a child, we didn't have a lot of fun movies in my house. We had My Dinner with Andre on VHS.
Oh my god.
And my sister and I learned both parts.
Oh yeah, I think
No
you
way.
talked about this before.
Yeah. We had that. And so I went to my friend's house who we shared a backyard. And I used to
Wait,
be
you
like,
you guys learned My Dinner with Andre, and you
Yeah.
could perform it.
yes, I was Wally and my sister was Andre. And then when I moved to LA, this is so embarrassing. I had a manager who set up a meeting for me at CAA and they wanted me to come in and do a monologue in their
Amazing.
office. And I did Wally from My Dinner with Andre. And my manager was like, I'm leaving. She goes, did you do a monologue from My Dinner with Andre? She goes, they are very confused. I blew it. Like I thought,
what were you
but my
supposed to do?
boyfriend at the
They
time
should
was
have
like,
known.
Lizzie, that's what you do. Be you.
Yeah.
Do this. Like that's what you like.
Believe
Yes.
him.
It was the monologue where basically while Sean is saying like, and sadly, I wish I remember this word for word because I would want nothing more than to do a monologue right now for My Dinner with Andre. But he's basically saying, what you're saying, Andre, is nonsense. That you're saying somehow that the future is already set in stone and somehow sending messages back to the past of things that are meant to be. Because Andre's like, and then I looked in this book and it was written by Saint-Exupéry and blah, 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 and he's making all these connections to the Little Prince.
This is the kind of thing that kids love.
Right. And Wally's kind of sitting there like, huh, what are you talking about? But they're both artists. And Wally is a struggling playwright, whereas Andre seems to have wealth, which God knows where it comes from, which is something that's rampant in LA where
Sure.
I call it the secret rich, where you suddenly go, oh, like I just found out one of my friends who I've been friends with for like 15 years is the secret rich. I just found out.
Isn't it kind of a betrayal?
Yes.
And by the way, I had come to learn that most of the people that I knew were secret rich. Like very
and when
few.
I say I
were
need a
as-
job, people just think, oh, she wants a job. I need the job. I've got no net. Whereas, honey, you're nothing but net. Isn't that an
Right.
organization, Nothing But Nets or something? I feel like
I think they make tuna.
Oh, okay. No,
just kidding.
Sorry.
But Lizzie, like that feeling,
yeah.
feeling, like I was the only person I knew. I felt like who had no net.
Yes.
Everyone else, and then people would give you advice or tell you should do these things. It's like you don't understand.
Right.
Well, I'm homeless if I do that. Like,
know.
I
Like-
can't just do that. What are you talking about? Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. It's.
I have some questions
Anyway, yes,
about
please.
your CAA meeting.
But
Yes.
wait, but first, if
Okay.
someone came in, if I'm CAA and someone came in, and did a Wallace Shawn monologue, I'm signing you right there. Like, are you kidding?
This
Who are these
woman,
idiots?
I remember the glasses being very low on the nose, and her being like,
What
"Okay."
would be confusing though? Like they via the monologue you do, are they trying to get a sense of what they could send you out for?
Probably. Like I think it was a move. I think I made a move. I feel like I've done that a couple times. By the way, have you read The Mountain Is You?
No. What is that?
I heard about it on a podcast that I just started listening to called Lady Journey. Are you familiar? It's Katie Hannigan and Sarah Tolmash.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them, I think Katie said she was reading it, and I was like, oh, maybe I looked it up, and I saw there was like there were a lot of TikToks about The Mountain Is You, because it's about self-sabotage.
Oh.
However, the audiobook, which this was going to be is this me or just me or everyone? To anyone else who's listening to the audiobook, do you feel like they're yelling at you? She'd be like, if you are still sabotaging yourself in this way, stop it. Like it's a very aggressive, it's almost like
Tough love.
P90X.
Right.
Self-help. Yes.
Is it helping you?
So there was something in particular that I was a little stressed out about, and it kind of got me through. It was like I don't remember. I'm not really retaining a lot of it.
Maybe it's going on a cellular level though.
Yeah, but I haven't been, hyper focused on it. I'm
Is
listening
the idea
passively, I think.
It's the idea that like we tend to think of the struggle as being external. Like we think it's them, it's the business, it's the gatekeepers, and it's like we're the ones
We
that
are the
actually
mountain.
creating the.
I heard something
obstacles.
interesting it was a clip. Elise Lunan, who's been on my show, who I've mentioned a few times, was talking to, I do not remember who, but she was saying, don't say no to yourself. It's fine if other people say no to you, but you don't be the one to say no. So wait till you get the no from them. Like if you want to publish a book or you want to do XYZ, let someone else be the person who tells you no. Don't decide. And it was so interesting. Like this idea of becoming comfortable with rejection, which when I started out, I had written for the LA Times in high school. It was for like a student page, and then that was like for a bigger section. But I was like, I'm going straight to the top. I'm going to send my clips to like Rolling Stone and people. I mean, I just had no sense of you can't do that. Or maybe I'm sure people had said like, that's insane. And I was like, really watch me. And I just was going to prove everyone wrong. And that kind of dumb, young belief in myself really paid off.
Absolutely.
I do not have that anymore. I don't have the drive to prove anyone wrong anymore either in the same way. But there's all sorts of things that I think about doing, and then I'm like, well, but and I talk myself out of it. The idea of like, no, I'm going to hear the no from someone else is so mind blowing to me.
I am going through this right now.
Okay.
I am having this. This is The Mountain Is Me. 100%. I did something last week that I was like, Lizzy, you have, the door is open. Just do it. I've been trying to walk through the door a little bit more.
Good.
Because I have work that I want to get out there into the world. It feels very egoless to me right now. I'm not like, I'm more thinking about my mortality and leaving as much behind as I can. Sadly.
Do you have plans to go somewhere?
No, but I have health stuff. I had a stroke in 2016, and I have, I think about that. Like I could just maybe this did go dark today.
It's okay.
What are you about to bring up? I'm like, and then my stroke. But yeah, so I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
And okay, just try to get it all out before you die, kind of. Instead of, I want to be successful.
Right.
It's more, I don't want to die with all these Google Docs. Like, who's? I'm gonna have to give someone my password. But what
I know
if
who's
it's
going
too
to sort
late?
through all this stuff.
I know.
Well, a couple thoughts. Like, there may be limits, there may be those things, but you don't know what they are. Like, no one knows what they are. You don't know. Like, yes,
you don't
there
know
are,
till you hear the no.
right. I have been around various aspects of the business, and people who are very, very successful, and like you can see they do things that you wouldn't expect them to do. They open the door for people you would never think they would. You know, it's usually the people with just the chutzpah and the balls to go in there and blind belief in themselves that are able to get that open. And then one other thought, like I was at a David Milch, who was the writer creator of like NYPD Blue and Deadwood, was doing a thing at the Writers Guild that I went to, and someone asked him, advice for young writers or something, and he just started to go off about how writers fetishize this idea of gatekeepers, like they prop up as a way of having something to like account for their failure,
Right.
or account for the things that they don't want to do. He's like, there are no fucking gatekeepers.
Yes.
And you need to get over this idea and just do the work that pleases you, that is like your heart's desire.
Right.
And if you do that, you may fail, and you have to be okay with that. But at least
That's interesting because one of my things is I write poetry and I've been published in a couple journals, some pretty, couple prestigious, and I have enough now for a book.
That's awesome.
And my friend was like, just self-publish it, just put it out on your own. But in my mind, I want it to go
The
through
acclaim.
I want,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I want to say it got picked up, it
course.
happened. So the question is, some people would say, don't wait for someone to say yes to you. I haven't sent it out yet. This is like hypothetical, but I'm trying to kind of curate this
Right.
and create the order and everything.
I don't think he was saying there are no gatekeepers. Like there are people who
Right.
can say yes and no. It's that those gatekeepers aren't the ones that are keeping you from doing the work.
Oh, okay.
So like do the work and go for it. Go for the publisher. Try
And
to
then
get
find
that.
a crypt keeper.
But like, there are many ways to get to them. There are many ways to get it done.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of that like, don't let your sense of this boogeyman of the gatekeeper prevent you from doing the thing that you need to do. Don't use that as an excuse.
That's very Four Agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz.
I own that book and I've never read it. But don't take anything personally.
You
Your word is
would
impeccable.
Love the book.
Okay.
Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Don't think they don't like me or this can't happen or whatever. Be impeccable with your word, which comes from a Latin word, P-E-C-U-S, I think. I can't
Picus.
remember. Yes. Be, maybe it's clean with you. Like, don't, and that's very Kabbalah also. They say, in Kabbalah, they say gossip kills 3 people. So if I talk about one person, it kills me, the person I told it to, and the person we're gossiping about. But yeah, so be impeccable with your word.
Okay, murderer.
It talks about how the word is magic. And then the last agreement is always do your best, but it depends on where you're at in that moment. It could be sick. Your best at your sick could be different than.
Maybe I should read it. I just saw it on my desk the other day. That and the Writer's Way, Artist's Way.
Oh, the artist way.
Yeah, which I always intend to do. I think for me, I'm realizing, and this is a new thing. Like I said, I did not have this when I was starting out. It's like the idea there's humiliation attached to a rejection. Like I think the idea that if someone says no, it's like, oh, now I feel bad. I need to not take it. I even do it.
Right.
I go through phases where like this is so stuff that I shouldn't even be saying on air, but I think it's fine. Like I have to push myself to reach out to big guests to get on the show. It's so easy for the Monday show to just ask people that I already know, that I know are going to say yes. And also because like, I know those are going to be good episodes and really, I don't know that it matters anyway, but it's like, there's like big names and newsmakers and things. And I talk myself out of trying to get them on the show. Cause it's just like, I've just been in that situation too many times.
And then
where
Dax Shepard gets Hillary Clinton.
did he have Hillary Clinton?
No, I don't know.
Probably.
That is a conversation I would like to hear.
I think Busy Phillips had Hillary Clinton.
She probably did.
I would like to have Hillary Clinton.
I'm trying to get better at it. And I have a manager now who I like, who's like, you know, I actually find that some of the things I say, that's absurd that I would say. That I wouldn't reach out to that person, or that I didn't, you know, I don't know where it comes from, that suddenly when faced with a challenge, I turn into like a kindergartner.
Yes. I am that way too, oftentimes. And I've said this so many times, but it's like every birthday, I'm like, I don't think I'm like this as much anymore, but it's like, I'm too old to be asking for permission. And now it's like asking for permission from people way younger than I am.
Right. And another thing to remember about gatekeepers is many of them just do what they think is cool. Like they're just kind of followers.
Well, the gatekeepers in the business are all career-minded. And so the thing to understand about gatekeepers is they're always trying to make sure that they don't lose their job. And so everything is risk management.
Right.
And so it's like when you go with what's cool, then no one can question the choice you make. It's like the way to understand the choices that gatekeepers make is you have to think about what people would say if it fails. They're always thinking about the failure. And if it fails, would people go, that was really stupid of you. Why did you do that? But if you fail and
She
everyone's
did
like,
her monologue. It was from my dinner with Andre. What were you thinking?
yeah, but if the thing fails and everyone goes, well, anyone would have made that choice, then you're not going to lose your job. So it's like no one's going
to
to.
the visionaries.
At the gatekeeper, you mean at Victoria's Secret?
Yeah,
The gatekeeper there.
but that's a big
Right,
reason why
yeah.
things are so safe.
Yeah.
You know.
Shit, there was something I was just going to ask Lizzie. I was so...
It was CAA related.
No, it actually wasn't. Although that building is so white on the inside. Have you noticed? I don't mean racially.
This was so long ago.
I feel like it's
the
probably
old building.
still was. Oh, it was. Okay.
Was this an Avenue of the Stars situation? I hate
think
the
so.
name of that street.
It's a little much.
And like it's really a very boring street.
There's
Isn't
no
it?
star.
There's
It's
no
like not the
stars.
Avenue of the Stars.
Right. There's the cloudiest street in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
it's the Avenue of the parking structures.
Oh my God. What was it? Where was I headed
goodness. Four
with this?
agreements. 4 agreements.
No.
To your best.
No.
Be best.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like I know I want to do Just Mirror Everyone, but I don't. I feel like it related to something that had come up. Goodness.
Was it related
gracious.
to Butterfinger Halloween candy?
No, but I did. Your
do talk
name came up on my episode with Moshe Cat. I know what I got to write this down. Okay.
Yeah.
Your name came up on my episode with Moshe Kasher because he eats clean, but also likes candy a lot. But he doesn't like nuts in his candy. He's like, ask me how I feel about Snickers or something like that. And I was like, not good. He's like, I don't like them at all. I'm like, I don't like Snickers either. And then did your ears tingle?
You threw me under the bus as a psychic?
I didn't.
Wait, no.
I didn't throw you under the bus, but I said that you came on the show and you guessed each of our favorite candies. And you accused me. I didn't want to say that. And I said, I just had to share that you said I had big Snickers energy.
BSE.
But I don't.
Can I tell you something crazy?
Yeah.
So I have been going on this podcast called Sports Gambling Podcast and doing tarot readings for the football games.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for the playoffs, got 3 out of 4 predictions.
Well,
And the fourth one was kind of a goof because I had to draw cards twice because they were all so negative. That was the Bills and the
Buckeyes.
Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah.
Or something.
Is there a Buckeyes?
No.
Okay.
not in
Well,
football.
yeah, college.
And then
Embarrassing for me.
for this next for the playoffs that just happened, I don't know anything about football, but suddenly I was just refreshing the score. I predicted Chiefs. And then sadly the Lions, but the Lions were up.
Yeah,
for
they
like
almost-
the
they blew it.
whole first
Typical
part of it, and I was like, "This
I
is
know,
going to
it
be a
felt so bad.
breakthrough for the Lions."
Yeah.
So what you're saying is
But-
actually I do like Snickers. I just don't know it yet.
I'm just bragging. Now I'm just
No,
bragging.
that's really
about
good
my
though. That was
your
better than the
ability.
octopus did, I think.
oh my God,
Remember
Paul the
the octopus?
Octopus with the World Cup.
So what I was going to say, so Daniel and I last night started Get on Your Knees, Jacqueline Novak,
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I
Do you know her?
I love
Have you
her,
okay.
and I think she's supremely talented, but I have not dipped into it yet.
It's really good.
It's really I've never seen her comedy before. It is like the way that she's able to just without a pause just blaze
her
through.
memorization skills.
It is that to me I'm just like this is an
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
incredible
dense.
feat.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And the artwork by Gordon Landenberger.
Oh.
That painting of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really great artist.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
if I've seen that. Is that the key art or something? Is it?
I think
The-
so.
I think that it's shown at the end. Or
Oh,
something,
we're only
the
like
backdrop.
halfway through.
Yeah, it is like a backdrop because I
I
remember
heard-
seeing that
yeah.
a lot when she was doing it live. I didn't see it live, but I wanted
yes.
to.
Okay. Yeah, that's exciting. I love it. No, I'm like, no, I choose to watch The Sopranos over the innovative fresh voices. I really wanted to get a Carmela t-shirt, but then the racist stuff happened with Tony,
What are you talking about?
where
I'm
he was
forgetting.
mad about Meadows' boyfriend, Noah, at college.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even. Was Noah black?
Yeah.
He was-
And
remember
Tony was using some language and didn't
But
want
you're
to
not
date
supposed
him.
to. Let me just clue you in. You're not supposed to like Tony. Like everyone likes Tony, but I think
He's an
David
anti-hero.
Chase. I think David Chase was always turned off by the fact that people liked this character because he's supposed to be despicable.
But he's
Well,
likable.
he can't be, and he has to be a whole person.
Well, I think making him a whole person makes you like him.
Right. But it makes you can feel love for everybody,
Right.
So
truthfully.
you feel like if you wear a Carmela t-shirt, people will think you're endorsing racism?
Well, she doesn't stand up for
Yeah.
Noah or Meadow. And I was
Right.
like, come on, Carmela, say something so I can
Oh,
get this cool t-shirt that has photos of you from all angles.
Why don't? Oh, it doesn't
Oh, is
say.
it like those
She
80s looking
doesn't-
ones?
She hasn't, but she's just kind of shrugs it off, you know? And I'm like, come on, Carmela.
Because I was envisioning something that said Carmela, and I was thinking you could change it to Carmelo, the candy, but not if it has pictures of her on it.
Oh, you just have pictures of the candy?
Well, I was just thinking
Okay.
like a pink baby doll shirt that says Carmela on it, and then you'd make it Carmelo.
Carmelo. I never heard someone say
love a
Carmelo.
Carmelo
How do
shirt.
you
The
say
can-
him? Carmelo.
Caramello. That was their
No.
jingle. Was like, check it out, Caramello.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Caramel, but caramel has
can't
different
get out?
pronunciations.
Caramello?
What'd you say?
Did you just say you can't get out?
No, I think
It's
they
like
said.
Hotel
I believe
where
they said
Hotel
check it out.
California meets chocolate caramels. Wait, but is it?
Okay.
I think it's CAR.
Anyway.
Isn't it like Carmelo with an O?
Mm.
Let me see.
Bring your Virginia
No.
pronunciation.
No, it's CARA.
What?
Yep.
Caramello.
Okay, well then
No.
toss another A in
No,
there.
let's talk rugs.
Oh my god!
When you were talking about rugs,
What do you go for? A 9x12? I make it Soprano style.
9x12,
Going
yeah.
through
Yeah.
rugs though is
or 12
just-
by 15 if you're crazy.
You know how they say if you go and you smell perfume, if you go to smell perfume, they'll give you like coffee beans or something to cleanse your nose palate, like because your brain can't take in something about like there's only so many scents and then it numbs out, and so they'll
Nose
have
get
to
nose blindness.
get nose blind. I feel that way with rugs. Like I'll start out, okay, oh yeah, that looks good, and then by rug 10, it's just like more rugs, just like rugs,
Especially
just
when
they're
you
all
look
the
at like
fucking
Overstock
same.
or Wayfair, where it's like there's
endless,
1,112
Oh, yeah.
options.
I can't see the difference between these rugs anymore. They're all the same rug.
Wayfair. Part of me feels like Wayfair is like lying to me, but I don't know why.
I bought
feel-
some
I feel-
stools from Wayfair, and I'm very happy with them.
Okay,
Then they
good.
showed up really fast, and they were cheap, and they're nice. Yeah,
Good. Okay.
Jeez.
that's my only
Do
experience.
they pay your bills?
Yeah, what way to go with the advertising?
Okay.
You want me to get you a Wayfair on the show?
Yeah.
Another addiction of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be addicted to the game Two Dots on my phone.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the little squares?
You were yes.
I was
you
into
were
that one.
also a two-dotter.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
was.
played it for a while.
I've played
Something
it as well.
happened though, and I quit the 2 dots. I forget what it was.
Did they wanna charge you money or
changed, I think
something?
they
On my
changed
Patreon,
to that.
I said, "Should I quit Two Dots?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Yes, stop." And so I subconsciously replaced it with Facebook Marketplace.
Wait, what do you do on there? Look at
Well,
rugs.
no, what do you do? Yeah.
I am writing a bit about this right now because I'm creating a character called the Witch of Facebook Marketplace because everyone's like, do not ask me if it's available.
Oh, they're so angry about that.
It's the default question.
Yeah.
But isn't that the first thing you need to know? It's not even want to
Right.
know.
It's
If
need
it's
to know.
posted, it's still available, is what they say, right?
Like, if you ask if it is still available, I will not respond. Like, people are so mad about asking that. But I go on there, I look at, so I was looking for, I need a rug for my living room and I need my reading chair. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. Oh my God. I flag bookshelf. Okay. Flag the word bookshelf. But I went back and I read this article that was like things you should not buy used. And it said, do not buy a chair used and do not buy a rug.
Because they're like soft upholstery.
They carry too much, can carry bugs, germs, like just too much
Yeah.
happens
Oh, wow.
with the fibers and the softness.
Right.
Now, I also needed a bookshelf. And I saw one online that I thought I like this kind of a light wood color with like a geometric swirl shelf in the middle. I go to the woman's house. I don't have anyone.
What city are we talking
with
about?
a truck. This is Highland Park.
Okay.
I call Lug. Are you familiar with this
No.
app? It's like a moving app where you can just
Cool.
say, meet me at this place. And
They'll help you lug it.
they hand you 10 pounds of cocaine and move your stuff. No. They do it all. But you have to book it. So right when you book it, it's like $40 and then plus $1 per minute or whatever. I get to the place. The guy from Lug is there. We go up to this woman's apartment. The bookshelf has got a lot of damage on it that she did not
Disclose?
disclose in the did not show.
Had
in
you
the
already agreed on a
photos.
price with her?
Yes. And I said, I wish I would have known. And in my mind, I'm kind of doing the math of like, I already paid this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take this bookshelf.
But you haven't bought the bookshelf yet.
No.
No,
Okay.
but I did. And I
Oh.
handed her cash and we carried.
Any discount for the damage?
No, she didn't give me a discount. I was like, I wish you would have told me. And she was like, sorry, I thought I was really clear about it. She was. And I looked back at the photos. There was no. So he puts it in his truck and I see her at the bottom of the stairs. I go, just for future. Like suddenly I got upset. I go, just for future, you need to tell people when there's damage.
Yeah.
I said, had I not already hired that guy, I would not have taken the bookshelf. I was like, it's just the considerate thing to do. And she was like, oh, okay. And I brought it home and it, you know what? It doesn't even look right. I have too many tones of wood. I could be
Can you paint
creating
it?
a Pinocchio in my apartment. That's how much wood there is.
Well, can you fix it or paint it or something?
I just like, I feel like I used to be good at this stuff and I've just lost my
Your eye.
perspective. I lost my decor eye in the war.
It's a little bit like wearing a denim shirt with jeans and a denim hat or something, right? It's like too many of the same.
I've got too many
Got a
stains.
patchwork.
Too many stains.
Before you answer, Lizzie,
Please.
does anyone else know what a geometric swirl shelf is in Lizzie's?
No,
Bookshelf.
I think I'm imagining something, but I don't know if it's correct.
I'm wondering if it's like a scroll pattern on the side, or if the shelf itself is like a wave, like it gets shallow in the center. Tony, what are you envisioning?
I really
Like a helix somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, when I don't even know how to really explain what I picture. Yeah, almost just like.
Is it functional? Is it a functional shelf?
Yeah,
that's
like
geomet-
I sort of pictured just a normal shelf, but with like this sort of like,
ornate,
swirly design on it
on
or
the
something.
sides or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
If
yeah.
I can't describe this, how am I going to create a poetry collection? Now, let me show you what I mean by geometric swirl.
Oh my God!
It's actually not
Yeah.
a swirl.
Not at all what I was imagining, but the interior
That's
is
that's nice.
Yeah,
but that's not
that's cool.
representing the damage.
Right. The damage is all on top and on the sides,
Yeah.
basically. Which
I feel like
she
you could paint
failed
that
to-
if you, right? You could paint
Okay,
it.
so my friend Marianne is into that. She's like, just paint it. That will never happen with me. I have no yard. I would be
Yeah.
in a small apartment with paint
With the fumes.
fumes. I'd touch it or knock it over.
There are.
I'd be startled by the Sopranos and knock over the bookshelf.
You could get contact paper for the back of it, and do like a color or something that sticks like almost like a wallpaper.
It's just like, can't I just have it things normal and be like, yeah, I didn't have to turn my life upside down. to
Right.
have a bookshelf that
you don't like.
That's not an eyesore. So now I'm thinking about reselling it. And
Make a
trying
Don't
to-
you know what the trick is? Don't disclose the
damage.
That's the thing, is not to sell it for less. But then I go, was it worth it for the stuff like that where you're like, I bought that and now it's on sale, or I got this and I
Yeah.
don't like it. There's like a guilt, or like you feel like you've been duped, or how could I've been so foolish?
Yes, this is. I have all this attendant stuff with like with any sort of sizable, and I don't mean financially, but also financially, any sort of thing in my house that takes up a lot of room. If then I'm not happy with it, it makes me go to a very dark place. It's that thing of like, oh, this is me being me. And I don't even know what that means, but somehow like I can't just be happy with the thing. I
It
have to.
represents a moment in your life where you go, I didn't know who I was.
Yes. Wait, are you asking or are you saying?
Well, I think I'm
'Cause,
realizing this. It's almost like looking back on someone you dated.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God.
It's like I feel like I have a blind
Or
spot.
married.
I have a blind spot because I don't know what I like until I see it in my place. And that is very inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No.
Yeah, it's hard. Okay, so that's part of what it is. I know I know what I like as individual pieces,
Yes.
but putting them together as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I mean, unless I were to go, okay, I'm just doing a full set of things.
Right. It's
Otherwise,
hard.
balancing these elements, and some people do it so seamlessly. It's
Well, you got to get that new Apple Vision goggles, and then you can use, it'll put it in there for you. With AR.
Let's
full vision goggles. Great.
quickly do another Podcast Pals product picks.
Oh no.
Not what I thought you were gonna say.
Podcast Pals product picks.
Did you have another one, Lizzie?
You know what? I'm going to say the shoes I'm wearing today are metallic flats.
I love them. I noticed them right when you walked in.
Thank you so much. I was looking for them. I was going to get Mary Jane's. This is the shoe. Tony, I know you're dying to see.
Oh.
Who makes it?
Franco Sarto.
Oh, I like them.
And they're very comfortable.
I need some metallic flats. I flirt with metallic so often, starting in college, when I bought a silver mini backpack. Every now and then I'm like, I need to go metallic.
This is called the Vanna flat. And I didn't have to break them in. And I have wide feet. And there was no pain.
Look at that. Amazing.
All it needs is like a black bagaboo.
Bagoo.
Right? A black bagoo, which is which I am carrying today. A bagaboo. It's
Yeah.
BAGGU.
Oh, okay.
I like yours though. That's cute. That's like a knockoff.
knockoff.
I'm in a replenishing phase right now because I'm working. Whereas when I was like, there was the strike, felt like I was no net, as we described. I was in desperate need of replenishment, and now I'm kind of like filling the well
There you
a
go.
little bit.
That's great.
The well of my consumerism.
Yeah, no. You have to replenish every now and
These will
again.
glisten on stage.
They will. Tony, do you happen to have something? I realize I might have caught you off guard.
You did.
Great. Let's end with just me or everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Do you happen to have one, Lizzie?
Well, I think I blew mine early.
Oh,
did
right.
I? What was it again? I can't remember. Oh, you know what? Is it me or everyone? Or did anyone else just discover the section of Trader Joe's that has the little things in the cans, like the giant white beans and tomato sauce?
Yes, no, I've seen those.
The dolmas?
Mm-hmm. I've even purchased grape leaves at Trader Joe's. Yeah. Wait, had you not gone by this aisle or just not given
I
it
just thought
a second glance?
I just always thought that's not for me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't allow myself to even explore that aisle. And now I'm dipping in deep and I'm loving it. The white bean, like a giant white bean.
I know,
Where
it's-
are they
it's-
harvesting these?
They
I don't think I've
are
tried
like
those.
white beans, like the size of your pinky, but
Exciting.
bean shaped.
I'm a big fan. So I guess that might be more of a product thing, but it's also like, did anyone else just is there any kind of thing that you just go, oh, that's not for me?
Oh, yeah.
And then you open up a whole world.
I mean, I think like the ultimate that's not for me is when you're offered super salad. Generally, like my family, we always got salad.
Right.
Like occasionally a soup, but generally like the Rosens, we get salad. Did your family have a unspoken, agreed upon super salad preference?
No, and there's a lot of picky eaters in my family.
Okay.
So not a big salad family.
My family never had dessert.
Interesting.
I mean, if it were like an occasion and maybe someone brought it, or but people
we were
would
kind of
say,
the
like,
same.
What's for dessert was not a phrase that was spoken.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We didn't regularly have dessert either. There was sometimes like a bedtime snack, so you could have like a little something or other that was sort of like sweet, but dessert was not served unless it was a special occasion.
Same. Yeah, we didn't like serve, like we would have snack like cookies or whatever in the house, but it was never like
it's dessert time.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe no one has dessert.
Maybe no. That's a good name for it. Maybe no one has dessert.
Right.
Not really when you think about it.
I was in Dessert Storm. I fought in Dessert.
Oh no.
I keep bringing up.
Bringing up what?
I feel like I keep bringing up war.
Yeah, it's on the mind.
Yeah, it's on my mind.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the world.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't do, but we would always go out. I grew up in Tucson, and we'd always go out to Mexican food places, and Mexican food doesn't
Fried
really
ice cream.
do dessert. Well, not really. I mean,
If I could have
they'd have
one
flan.
cuisine for the rest of my life,
Mexican food's
maybe,
great.
yeah.
It's
It'd be
great.
amazing if that
Absolutely.
wasn't what you were about to say right now.
Yeah. So I feel like we
French.
wouldn't do. We
It
wouldn't
would
do
be gummy worms only.
Yeah, so we didn't either. But I feel like we always had ice cream though in the freezers.
yeah.
What's your Mexican food meal of choice?
I love nachos. And it's all for food groups.
Mm-hmm. Very
You've
healthy.
got protein in there. You have beans. You've got guacamole.
Cheese.
Yeah, dairy.
Right.
You've got vegetables.
Sure.
I mean,
Where's the
Yeah.
vegetables?
salsa. Is it
How do you-
salsa?
how do you-
veg-
You're right. Yeah.
and sometimes
Well,
jalapenos.
the chips are vegetables, corn.
Right, corn
yeah.
chips.
Well, if
How do you
you
feel
make
about I don't like when they put the salsa on the nachos.
It's a little presumptuous.
Yeah, because like I don't mind salsa, but I want it on the side.
You wanna
if
You
I'm
put a
choose.
guy on the
Yeah.
side.
You want to
or-
control the
What's
flow of salsa.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's just they put way too much, and then stuff gets soggy. And yeah,
I love that. I think that's my number one. How about you?
My number one Mexican food meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the truth is, I have never been someone who's been super into Mexican food. However, this is the most basic thing. Recently, I had some of Daniel's Taco Bell. Was it Taco Bell or Del Taco? I think it was Del Taco.
Del Taco.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
get it now. And I grew up near a Del Taco. I grew up near Del Taco. They would call it Del Hell. There was always a
Right.
Del Run. And I was oftentimes the driver of my group of friends. And we would go to Le Havre, which is the bar that we always went to. And then they would say, can we hit Del Hell on the way home or whatever? And I would never, ever order anything. It just wasn't my thing. So then lo and behold, I could not get enough. I mean, I could, but I was like, I'm really enjoying this Del Taco.
I think, yes, I think they're better than Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go out on a limb
Definitely.
and say.
I
So-
thought that for
totally
a while,
agree.
but I've flipped back. I've flipped back to
Whoa,
Taco Bell
look at
now.
you.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like a crunch wrap. Supreme.
The cheesy gordita crunch is
Wow.
that's
What was it?
really
Ta-
good.
Taco Bell has some good stuff. I'm not.
What was
Against
it that I
Taco
had
Bell.
from Del Taco, though? I think it was just like a chicken soft taco or
Wait,
something.
was it a Chipotle chicken burrito?
No, I think
Or
we were just. They
I
were
think
like
it was
the
chicken-
roll up.
Oh,
with
yeah.
just a basic.
That was a little bit
It was like
spicy
a
for
soft
me, but-
taco.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's the same thing.
But I'll never get mad at a quesadilla unless it has meat in it. Then I
Right,
will.
Right. Are you vegetarian also?
No,
Oh.
no, I just don't like chicken in my. I just don't like meat in a quesadilla. I feel like now it's not a quesadilla. It just needs cheese. That's how I feel.
It is. But okay. I mean,
No, it's a burrito without beans.
And what
No.
what did why did I this even come up that I was springboarding off of something that you said about
He was
Mexican
saying in
food?
Tucson they used to always get Mexican
no
food.
dessert. Okay.
Yeah,
What is the rest?
dessert.
What was Oh yeah, I used to love El Torito when I was little.
El Torito or El Torito Grill, because they're two different restaurants.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
Because I loved an El Torito Grill, and I don't know the difference, but there was an El Torito Grill in Fashion Island, and I loved it. And they would serve tortillas in like one of those tortilla warmers, and then they would give you some kind of like sweet butter. That it was like bottomless tortillas with whatever apple butter or whatever it was. Yeah, they were really good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The restaurant that my family went to frequently growing up was Coco's.
Yeah.
Did you have a Coco's where you grew
we
up?
didn't have it in Minnesota.
Yeah, we didn't have it
Okay.
either.
But you had a Coco's, right?
Oh yeah, my dad and I would, my folks were divorced, and I would go out every Wednesday to dinner with my dad. And the two places we went the most were Coco's and Fuddruckers.
Oh my God. Okay. The Fuddruckers by where I grew up had a viewing, like a display window almost right in
Of pies.
front, where you would watch them grind the meat.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the one in Virginia was that way too.
grind the
I don't
meat
think I
for
would
what?
see that.
See, like I actually
For, like, burger?
think it is the oddest branding.
Yeah,
'Cause
why would you want
that's-
to see that? Just so you know it's fresh, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And we were like, ew, gross. But then we would go in and eat.
But grind it to make what? Burgers?
Burger.
Or
Yeah.
something? Okay, well, that's gross. I thought of Fuddruckers as desserts. That's what I think of when I think of Fuddruckers.
I think of them now as defunct.
Yeah.
Desserts to
Well, I
defunct.
think them.
Yeah. There was a Fuddruckers. I think we went there on like its
Yeah, it
last
was in-
day.
Really?
I mean, it was
we are
depressing.
we are the
We-
Grim Reapers of restaurants.
We
in
also
Burbank.
went to a Burbank Sizzler when
Right
it was
before it went
yeah.
under.
Did
We
you
are the Angels of
see
Death.
That Pea Soup Anderson just
I
closed
did. I had never
No.
been there, but I
Really?
Yeah, it's gone.
out of nowhere. For those of you who don't live in California, that is kind of a landmark restaurant on
It
the way
was.
out to Madonna Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone.
Okay.
This has been
R.I.P. Soup.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Anderson Soup. This has been too much fun. Lizzie, thank you for hanging out for 2 episodes today.
It's
Thank
been a
you to
thrill.
Jackie, who had to leave. So she'll just take her thank.
Incredible.
She'll take her thank you next
Do
time.
we need to say her name now? She bailed.
That's right. No, we do. Lizzie, where might we find you?
Come see me in Eugene, Oregon, the 9th and the 10th. Also, I'm at Olson Run Comedy Club for that. I have a new tarot website, tarotrx.com. Get a reading with me. February 6th, I'm at UCB Theater in Los Angeles. And the 8th, I just remembered I'm headlining a little restaurant or something in Pasadena called Lost Parrot, if you want to see me here.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And Daniel?
You say that like, oh.
No, it's because I was like, go to Daniel. Because, my neck doesn't
No,
go
it's okay.
counterclockwise.
It's okay.
My neck doesn't go to Daniel.
If you want to be that disappointed, go to Daniel Quantz at Instagram, Threads. That's where the party
I
is.
love Threads, actually.
I'm on
You're a
Threads.
supporter of many of my threads.
Yes, I am. I enjoy it. It's a
you.
moment of levity in my fighting with people about politics, which for some reason, is a mantle I've taken up. I love your threads.
There's so many people that I wish had, like, because I went over to Twitter or whatever, and for the first time in months, and I remember there's so many people that I love following over there that have not gone over to Threads.
Threads is better.
But
It's
Threads
less
is better. But I just wish
garbage.
everyone would just.
I just still keep forgetting it even exists.
Yeah,
That's
don't
how I
even
am
think
with
to
Blue
open it.
Sky and
Yeah,
the
I've
other
never
ones
even
that I
tried
signed up
that.
I like
when we
Blue
all
Sky
did
too.
that.
But anyway, follow me there. Some people are following me on Letterboxd. I haven't done anything yet, but I was thinking maybe I'll post some reviews there because why not? Duolingo.
Follow me on Duolingo.
Someone
I don't know how you
can
would,
people
but
look up
Yes.
because I just got a notice that someone is following me on Duolingo, and I'm like, how is this happening?
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know
following
you
you.
could do that.
Oh,
Wait, I thought you
is
were.
it you?
yes.
That's so sweet. That's like
But
that
you're not-
song about putting an ad in the paper, and then you find out it's your wife.
The Pina Colada song.
Yeah, that's like the Pina
Oh.
Colada song. And all along, the
yeah.
person who followed me on Duolingo.
That's
I
right.
love that it's you. How weird.
If you like learning Italian.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And-
learning Japanese.
And Japanese.
No, that song Turning
Turning
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
Now that's constantly stuck in my head.
Tony.
I got nothing right now.
Great. Listen, everyone, thank you so much. All my stuff is at Allison'sLinks.com, Patreon, Substack, YouTube, merch. Oh my God, my book, Alice, it's not called Alice and Rose and anything. Tropical Attire and Courage and Other Phrases That Scare Me. The new 5th anniversary edition is out with 5 new essays, 5 new illustrations from Daniel. Please buy that and leave a review for that, won't you? Everything else, Allison'sLinks.com. Thanks, everyone. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show? We had a good time.